All right, my friends, get ready to free your mind because it is showtime. J.R. Dukes here with you. I want to welcome all you deplorables, or as I like to call you, my friends. I have another great video. Did you know that Republican nominee for president in 2024, Vivek Ramaswamy, was threatened? And he wasn't just like a light threat. He was threatened with death along with his campaign folks. And this happened yesterday. So I have not heard this widely reported in the mainstream press, but let's jump into it and let's take a look at it. Here we go.
We have breaking news right off the top here at noon on a Monday. A New Hampshire man has been charged in connection with sending threatening text messages in which he allegedly said he would kill presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy at a campaign event scheduled for today in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. 30-year-old Tyler Anderson is set to face a judge this afternoon. Prosecutors say Anderson also threatened to kill people attending the event. CBS News has obtained a statement from the Ramaswamy campaign saying, "We are grateful to law enforcement for their swiftness and professionalism in handling this matter and pray for the safety of all Americans." So we have a crew on the way to New Hampshire. We will have updates on this story throughout the day.
Y'all know this is obviously very serious. There are a lot of cuckoo people out there, to put it mildly. And also, when I say his name, I need to tell you on the front end, those of you who have been good enough and kind enough to join my channel know that I am not necessarily the best person as far as pronouncing names and things like this are concerned. So I just kind of want to give you a heads up on that. If you would forgive me ahead of time, I appreciate it. I do the best I can. Here is a second video I want you to take a look at.
An arrest made by a New Hampshire man. Tyler Anderson was arrested for threatening Ramaswamy and his supporters at a campaign event. The U.S. Department of Justice revealed that Anderson responded.
This is the guy that was charged with making the threats, the terroristic threats, whatever it is. He is reportedly to be 30-year-old Tyler Anderson.
To a Ramaswamy campaign text with a death threat. Ramaswamy confirmed the threat, expressing gratitude for law enforcement's swift response. Anderson is 30 years old and admitted to sending threatening messages to Ramaswamy and multiple other campaigns. When asked by reporters about the threat, Ramaswamy said, quote, "I'm grateful to law enforcement for responding rapidly and as effectively as they did."
Man, it's I don't know, man. It's crazy. We all have to be safe. We all have to take our security seriously. And these presidential candidates, they're in the public eye. This is obviously an extremely sensitive and heated election season, to put it mildly. I mean, come on, let's be honest about it. There's a lot of feelings, a lot of raw people. There's kooks out there. Yeah, I really don't know how to put it any more bluntly than that. We all have to be careful. So let's see what this one says here.
New Hampshire man appeared in court, federal court, just a short time ago, accused of threatening to kill a presidential candidate and his supporters during an event today. WBZ's Christina Rex is live for us in Concord, New Hampshire tonight. And Christina, prosecutors say it was a text message.
They do, David, and that defendant is a 30-year-old man from Dover, New Hampshire. His alleged threats via text were aimed at candidate Vivek.
Take a look at this woman, by the way. I have a video we're going to show in just a second where she is conducting the interview that you're about to see. But from a different angle, we're going to get a different perspective on the interview. But her interaction with Vivek is rather interesting. So stay tuned.
Vivek Ramaswamy's events in the state today. And I spoke with the candidate about those safety concerns.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
As Vivek Ramaswamy greeted supporters in Nashua, security stood by. The Republican presidential candidate was the target of a deadly threat over the weekend, according to federal investigators.
There is zero tolerance for anyone who commits a federal crime in the state of New Hampshire under my watch.
New Hampshire U.S. Attorney Jane Young says 30-year-old Tyler Anderson was arrested on Saturday. A criminal complaint shows text messages allegedly sent from Anderson's phone to Ramaswamy's campaign that read, "Great, another opportunity for me to blow your brains out. And I'm going to kill everyone who attends," referencing a Monday morning event in.
This reporter actually has the text messages on here. You can make some of it out. It basically says something, "Come and enjoy a buffet-style breakfast will be served, free, blah, blah, blah." It's heavily redacted, obviously, because of the words used in here. But these people obviously have the goods on this guy.
Portsmouth.
We all have to make a sacrifice to do what we believe we were put here to do.
Ramaswamy spoke with WBZ after his Nashua appearance Monday, thanking local and federal police.
I'm grateful for the team that's around us, and they've been doing a great job in making sure that I'm kept safe.
Court documents also reveal police found guns when they searched Anderson's home, and they say he confessed to sending the texts. WBZ security analyst Ed Davis says this case is a warning to pranksters as the election heats up.
To have the federal authorities descend on your house and execute a search warrant, go through your cell phone and drag you before a court, it's a wake-up call for people that think this is just an online.
Yeah, no doubt. How would you like to have the federal agents show up at your house, beat your door down, probably beat the heck out of you-know-who at the same time, go through all your stuff, go through your phone, probably scare your family? This has to be a grueling process, but if he's guilty of what they're charging him with, it's rightly deserved.
And exercise in scaring people.
And Tyler Anderson will be kept in prison until a detention hearing here at the courthouse coming up on Thursday. Now, coming up, investigators say.
You know what's interesting about this particular story is that I just got done with another story pertaining to Vic in which a former FBI agent was essentially, he met him at another campaign event, and this particular FBI agent went up to him privately and quietly. He was at first kind of talking rather soft, and he told him straight up. He says, "Hey, I'm very concerned for you. I'm concerned for your safety. I want you to make sure that you take precautions because essentially I don't want something to happen to you." Reading between the lines, it was definitely clear that this former FBI agent was telling Vivek that you need to make sure you beef up your security because there are people he alluded to in the government that will take you out. Like I said, that wasn't stated exactly, but if you go back and look at my video, you will see what I was talking about. I'll try to drop a link below so that you can take a look at that video if you have not seen it already. So I want to take a look at this final video. This is that same reporter that I just mentioned. She's obviously a very attractive reporter, and I think this is kind of interesting. This is the same press conference that she was alluding to a minute ago, except what's cool about this is you get to see from another angle the interaction between Vivek and this reporter. It's kind of cute. I don't know. Tell me in the comments below. Does it look like they're kind of flirting or not? But let's take a peek at it.
CBS station. I'm just holding a few other microphones.
Okay, got it. That's great. Who would I look?
At me, if you don't mind.
What's your name?
Christina. It's nice to meet you.
I don't know. There's a lot of smiling going on back and forth. And she goes, "If you don't mind, look at me. If you don't mind." I don't know. It just looked that way to me. I'm sure these guys get hit on all the time by anybody and everybody else. What was it? Henry Kissinger the other day, the former Secretary of State, in his book, he made the statement something to the effect of the greatest aphrodisiac is power. And I would agree with that.
So I'm sure you've heard there was a threat on your life. A man was arrested, allegedly wanted to.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely giving off some very, very sweet signals there. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but let's listen in for a second.
You at the Portsmouth event this morning. Just what's your reaction to that?
I think my reaction was, first, I think we don't have all of the facts, but based on what we know, I'm grateful to law enforcement for responding as rapidly and as effectively as they did. I'm also grateful to my team and even many retired New Hampshire police officers and New Hampshire police officers in local PD, and some of whom, one is a retired New Hampshire officer who helps us on his spare time when we're in town. He's in the room right now. I'm grateful to the team that keeps us safe, and I pray for the safety of every American, including everybody who's in this process. I think that we certainly live in a challenging time, and I hope that everyone is safe, and it's my job.
All right. Well, there you have it. That pretty well is the highlight of it. He kind of goes back and forth as to whether or not he feels safe or doesn't feel safe. And the interaction between him and this reporter is kind of cute, as I just mentioned a minute ago. But the takeaway is this. The suspect is in custody. It just highlights the fact that these candidates have to be extremely careful. Security has to be on their mind all the time because we live in a very, very politically charged climate. People are very angry, and there are a certain segment of the population that cannot take the rancor, the words, the nastiness, and kind of put it in a compartment and just leave it there and not let it convert into some kind of other evil, illegal, violent action. Again, every one of us have to be careful, especially people in the public eye, such as this particular candidate is. So let me know what you think about it. Be sure to leave me a comment below. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and share, because it does help out the promotion of the video, and it shows up in more feeds when you share it. So I appreciate that. Always, my friends, keep that mind free and never give up. I am J.R. Dukes.